Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Bommer number BB5004-500-640. This is a 5x5 full mortise heavyweight ball bearing steel base oil rubbed bronze plated hinge. This is a nice hinge. It's a heavy hinge. It weighs 1.8 pounds, just the hinge itself, with its screw package, of course, and a complementary finish. Let's dissect the part number. First of all, BB stands for ball bearing. On a hinge like this, you're going to get 4 bearing packets. 5004 means a few different things. First of all, it means it's a 5-knuckle hinge. It means that it is a steel base hinge. The hinge is made of steel. It means that it's heavyweight. This is 190 thousandths leaf thickness. You can see that that is a massive piece of steel. Full mortise. You can see from the swag on the hinge leaf here that it's intended to be mortised flush to the edge of the door and frame when the leaves are brought parallel. So and then the next part of the part number, 500, stands for the fact that this is a 5-inch tall, and the height is the first dimension on a hinge like this, and 5-inch wide. It's always height first. Keeps you from getting in trouble when you're dealing with a 5x4.5 hinge. And then the -640, oil rubbed bronze. That again means that that specifically means oil rubbed finish on a steel base hinge. Okay. Now, there is an image below this video. Pardon me. There is a link to the cut sheet below this video showing everything important dimensionally about the hinge. But what's nice about that cut sheet as well is it shows how the part number changes in the lower left-hand corner as the options change. So you can see that you've got a column there of steel hinges. The 5004 means steel. Then you've got 5014, and that becomes a wide throw hinge. When the 0 changes to a 1, that means the hinge is going to be wider than it is tall. The LB below that is a lube bearing. That's a maintenance-free type of bearing that you would get on a Bommer hinge, and it goes with 3-knuckle hinge, which the 8 signifies down below that. Moving over to the next column, you can see how the 4 changes to a 5. That means that the base material becomes brass or bronze. So if this hinge was of bronze-based material, that part number would change to BB5005, but the finish would also change to 613, which is oil rubbed, but that specifically means that it is on bronze base material. Moving down further, you can see how that number changes to 6. That means you have a stainless steel hinge, which you wouldn't necessarily do in a 640 finish. You would just leave it as satin or polished stainless. Okay. Gives the location of the screw holes for a template pattern. A 5x5 hinge is going to be very commonly used on a 2¼ inch thick door. It is a 5-inch wide hinge is too wide of a hinge for an 1¾ door. So if you're getting into a 2" or a 2¼ range thickness, 5x5 is the way to go. 5-inch tall is certainly very good because it is significantly more capable of handling high volume use compared to a 4.5. So you could do a 5-inch by 4.5 for an 1¾ door heavyweight, and that would give you a very robust hinge, something you'd see that would see a significant amount of use. Bommer's a nice quality company, there's no doubt. Everything is made in America, that right above their logo, made in USA, a fact that Bommer is quite proud of, as am I, to represent them. If you have any questions on the Bommer number BB5004-500-640, ball bearing, heavyweight, full mortise, steel base, oil rubbed bronze hinge, or any other Bommer product, please feel free to reach out to us. Now there are options that you can get on this, such as a security pin. You can get this such that if your door was an outswing, you can set it so that the pin cannot be tampered with by a non-removable pin or a security stud, or common ways of doing that. You can get decorative tips. A hinge like this will very commonly have decorative tips. That's called a button tip. If you use your imagination, it looks like the button on a coat. You can get ball tip, which is the most common decorative tip. Steeple, acorn, and urn tip are also common. Specialty corners, we can do 1/4 inch radius or 5/8 radius, which would be very uncommon, but nonetheless, I've done them in the past. You could have a custom wood door where they left the corners radiused, and it might be a metal clad door. I've sent this hinge to Europe with 5/8 radius. Not sure of the door manufacturer there, but it suited the purpose perfectly. Other options like security tips can be done. Hospital tips, they're called, where this is all curved here for that sort of purpose. Anyway, if you have any questions on the BB5004-500-640 or any other Bommer hinge, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.